Hey Mom, what are you doing? I'm cooking dinner for you guys. Why are you here? I'm so stressed study law. I don't understand the topic consideration. So, can you teach me? Because I know you're the best lawyer, vampire lawyer. Look, what I'm doing for you guys. I'm cooking dinner, which is soup. Our family secret recipe soup. Which contains mushroom, chicken, and 2 drops of peanut. And same goes to law of contract. Consideration is one of the important elements. If there's no consideration, there's no law of contract. Same goes to our soup. If there's no blood, there's no soup. Oh, I get it now, Mommy. Thank you. Okay, Wednesday. Thank you.
Wow, my car is so shiny. Of course. Thank you for washing my car. Here your reward.
Hey, this reward is not enough.
How much do you want? It does not to be adequate as long as it is freely given.
Blah blah, adequacy of consideration.
Of course. You learn it, right?
Okay. Hey, what are you doing? I'm doing my assignment. It's so hard. Let me see. This is easy as pie. But I can't do it. Let me do for you. Here you are. Wow, I'm very satisfied with this. Can you do it for me next time? Of course. The next time you do this assignment, I'll pay you. Alright. Okay.
Honey, I'm home.
Hi.
Hello. Who am I, honey? I'm so tired. Hello, honey, I'm home.
Welcome home.
Oh, who am I, honey? You are tired. Okay, it's okay. Later I will buy you some handbag, okay?
Alright. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Honey, what are you doing?
I'm doing some work. Wait a minute. Where's my bag?
Actually, I just want to encourage you to do house call. I didn't mean to do it.
What? What do you mean?
Sorry.
Oh, hey Dad.
I'm so tired. So many words at office, you know. I need to pay bills, I need to pay house.
Naggy. You know what? When you left us a year ago, the neighbor helped us give them some blood stock and fresh meat to our family.
I'm sorry. I promise later back I will pay back the favor to them, okay? Don't look sorry at all.
Promise.
Promise. I'm so stressed.
Why, honey?
So I just remember that Wednesday had only a big sum of money, you know, since 6 years ago.
Yeah, Mom. Alright, thank you. Okay, leave it to my Zumba class. Wednesday, I want my allowance.
Allowance?
Yeah,
Why do I need to pay your allowance?
my monthly allowance. Mom gives you the car as consideration to pay my allowance. Did you forget? Mom!
Yes, honey.
Since I've got flying colours 2 years in a row, my education loan changed to scholarship.
Wow, that's great. I'm so proud of you. Oh, I'm so proud of you. We only have to pay small sum of your loan. I'll pay for your loan. All you have to do is beat me in becoming the next future lawyer.
Okay, Mom.
Wednesday,
Yeah, Dad.
I just remember that you had owed me, right? The sum of money.
Yeah, but I don't remember how much.
Yeah, but it's okay. You can pay me. How much do you want?
Okay. Thank you for your reminder.
Alright.
So stressed.
Why?
I have to pay that debt, but I don't have any money. It's okay, I'll help you. Actually, I was recording about our family's lifestyle and routine. That's why I was holding the camera the whole time. And also you put some CCTV in our house, right?
Wednesday.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah, I just remember that I record all the debt that you owe me. This is the record. Yeah.
What are you both talking about?
About debt. Oh, Wednesday, you also owe me 5,000, as I remember.
Yes, when you asked me some money when your car broke down,
But I don't have any money to pay to you guys. You have to pay. Don't take this as a small matter.
okay then, I will read off from this secret by sending this video. You can see.
Hey, you don't need to do like this. This is our family secret. You cannot reveal that.
But by selling this video, I will get money. Then I will pay those debt. No, you can't do that. So your dad and I had discussed that in this kind of condition, we will apply waiver of performance. You just have to pay smaller sum of money under our approval. You just have to pay 10% of the 5,000 for my dad. How much do you owe your dad?
5,000. Yeah, just 10% so.
My name is KHAIRINA binti ZAFUAN. So we're going to start with the 3 types of consideration, which is executory, executed, and past consideration. So executory consideration is when one promise is made in return for another. We can see the example when Parsley paid the amount of car fuel to Wednesday. So the second consideration is executed consideration, which is when one promise is made in return for another. So we can see the scene when Parsley performed his task by washing the car and get paid. So adequacy of consideration is when the amount of consideration need not to be adequate as long as it is freely given. So we can see when Parsley received the amount 10 ringgit, but 10 ringgit is not the value of washing a car. So the contract is valid. So the third consideration is past consideration, which is when a promise is made subsequent to and in return for another act. So we can see when Wednesday wants to help Parsley do the assignment and he promised to pay her the next time. So under section 64 substitute 1, waiver of performance, payment of smaller sum in discharge of a larger debt. So we can see that Parsley passed 2 years with flying colours and his education loan changed to scholarship. That's all from me, thank you.
Hi, I am SITI NURAQILAH binti ROHMAT. So we go to the first scene, which is the scene 3. Scene 3 is a scene between Gomez Adams and Matisha Adams. Gomez Adams is a dad of the family and he decided to give handbags to his wife as a reward because his wife doing the housework. After a few days, Matisha Adams asked a handbag from her husband and suddenly Gomez Adams says that handbag is just to encourage his wife to do the housework. This scene is being taken under exceptions under section 26A, which is an agreement made on accounts of natural love and affections between parties standing in near relation to each other and registered. So this contract is void because under exceptions because natural love and affections. So we go to the scene 5. Scene 5 is a scene between Gomez Adams and his daughter, which is Wednesday. At the dining table, suddenly Gomez Adams remembered that Wednesday had owed him a big sum of money without black and white. Under a section 26C, which is an agreement to pay a statute, but debt and signed. So this contract is also void because there is no black and white between Wednesday and her father. Okay, we go to the last scene, which is scene 7. Scene 7 is being taken under the waiver of performance, which is the composition with creditors. For all the payments of smaller sum. So Gomez Adams just asked 10% from the debt that Wednesday had owed him before this. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Law of Contract Act 1950. All contracts are agreements, but however, all agreements is not a contract. There are 8 elements to fulfill a contract for a valid contract. Consideration is the third element and one of the elements to fulfill a valid contract. Under exceptions, section 26, an agreement to compensate for a past voluntary act. This condition is applied in scene as the neighbor voluntarily helped the Adams family in the past. An agreement to compensate a person who did an act which the promisor was legally compelled to do. This condition can be applied in scene which the husband is responsible for his family. As the husband repents from his action, his wife reminds him about the agreement that he made with their neighbors, as their neighbor helped the Adams family from the past. The contract is valid. Under Section 64, Waiver of Performance, Condition 2, payment by a third party is discharge of debt. This condition is applied in the scene which the mother pay loan of her son as the son doesn't have money to pay back. This is considered as a valid contract.
Section 2D. Consideration did not move from promisee. In the case of Venkata Chinaya versus Venkata Ramaya, the sister failed to pay annuity to her brother as she said there is no consideration from her brother. The court held that land that she got from her mother is the consideration for the sister to pay annuity to her brother. We can link this case to scene, which is Wednesday has to pay allowance for her brother FADZLEEN, and the consideration is the court. In Section 64, Waiver of Performance, Roman 3, amount owing is uncertain and a person accept and agree sum in satisfaction. For an example, a person who borrowed some money doesn't know how much is the real amount that the person owed. The creditor agreed to accept the sum money in satisfaction. This condition can be applied when Wednesday had borrowed some money from her father, but unfortunately, she forgot the real amount, and her father accept some amount of money in satisfaction from her.